When Earth's warship entered orbit, the stars held their breath. Darkness floated above Aster Prime. Captain Reyna Solas didn't like it. Her boots echoed on the metal deck as she paced the Vigilance bridge. Out the window, the mining colony. Below blinked with soft lights. The moon was cold, dry, and unimportant, barely more than a rock with tunnels. But something was wrong. Still no signal? She asked. No, said Ensign Caro, his voice tight. Same gravity pulses, same silence. It's just sitting there. Reyna frowned at the screen. In orbit, something massive floated just beyond normal sensors, not moving, not answering hails. Their instruments showed only ripples, like a boulder dropped in calm water. The object wasn't just hiding, it was listening. She tapped the console and zoomed in. Nothing visible. No heat. No signature. Yet every now and then, their readings spiked like the thing shifted ever so slightly. Testing them, Reyna leaned closer. What are you? Then it blinked into view. No warning. No sound. Just there, a ship black as space, shaped like a blade half a mile long. Smooth, seamless, it made no move, no message, just ... watched. The kind of watching that felt like waiting. Crew scrambled. Caro's fingers danced across controls. Not attacking, not moving. It just decloaked. No defense grid ping? Reyna asked. Nothing from the mining base? Nothing? And it's ignoring the colony completely. Cold feelings settled in Reyna's chest. The Vigilant might have been armed, but it was a patrol ship built to chase smugglers, not face unknown giants. Bring up our backup sensors, she said. Use the deep scan array.
Yes.
Let's see what it's really made of. The scan took 6 seconds, then every screen went black. Lights dimmed. Consoles shut down. The engines hummed, then went quiet. The bridge fell into silence. One by one, emergency lights flickered on, bathing the crew in red glow. Did we just get hit? Caro asked, eyes wide. No, said Reyna. That wasn't a weapon. That was a warning. The screen snapped back on, but now they weren't. Showing ship readings, message had replaced them all. Submit or be erased. The letters were white, sharp, and glowing with unnatural energy. Reyna stepped forward. Where's that coming from? It's not a signal, said Caro. It's embedded. It wrote itself into our systems. She stared at the message. A second later, the words dissolved. In their place, an image appeared. A figure tall, obsidian skin like polished stone, glowing veins running across his arms. There's no eyes, no mouth. It's just a perfect, silent face. Then came the voice, not heard, but felt like it echoed from inside their bones. You are not ready. You will kneel or vanish. Then the image disappeared. No return signal. No explanation. What? ... What was that? Caro asked, pale. I don't know, Reyna said. But they're not here to talk. She turned away from the screens. Her face had gone still. Cold. Lieutenant, she said. Power up the quantum relay. Priority Alpha. Caro blinked. We're revealing the link? Yes, Reyna said. It's time. She walked over to the wall panel, opened a hidden hatch, and pressed her hand to a surface that lit up with golden circuits. The ship shuddered. A soft hum filled the air. Earth would be listening now. Command, this is Vigilant, Code Raven. Uninvited guest has arrived. They've made their threat. Situation is live. I repeat, Operation Emberlight is green. The answer came in seconds. A voice, calm, male, confirmed, Vigilant. Dosed. Armada is in final stage. Continue Facade. Stand by for echo signal. Reyna exhaled. The message cut. She looked out the viewport. The ship was still there, waiting. They think we're weak, she said quietly. We're still crawling through space like children. Caro turned to her, confused. Captain, she smiled slightly. Let them believe it. Don't know what's behind the curtain. In the distance, the dark ship shimmered and vanished again back into stealth. But now, they knew it was watching, studying, judging. Caro swallowed hard. Do you think they'll attack the colony? Reyna's eyes narrowed. No, she said. They'll do something worse. She walked to her chair, sat down, and tapped her console. Get me orbital control. Start evacuation procedures. Quietly. We're not going to give them the war they want. He nodded. And outside, far above the moon, something unseen whispered through the stars. Something that had been waiting for the perfect moment. Moment that just arrived. Asterisk the next morning, the black ship returned. It didn't decloak. It simply was there hanging over Aster Prime like a shadow that had always been part of the sky. Captain Reyna Solis stood on the bridge of the Vigilant, staring at it through the reinforced glass. She didn't blink, neither did the ship. They're scanning again, Ensign Caro said, checking his console. But it's not a full sweep. Just shallow scans. Like they already know what we are. Reyna didn't reply right away. She was thinking, not with fear, but with precision. Let them look, she said. We've given them exactly what they expect. A patrol ship. Low-grade tech. Weak response times. They think we're harmless. They're making contact again, Caro said suddenly. Visual coming in. The lights dimmed. A shimmering figure appeared in front of the bridge, projected in space, larger than life. It was him again. Tall, smooth obsidian skin. Glowing white lines pulsing across his arms like slow lightning. No eyes, no mouth. But the voice filled the bridge. We are the Veiled Dominion. You have reached beyond your limits. You will cease. All space expansion immediately. Your colonies and technologies will be surrendered. Your world will kneel. Silence followed. Reyna straightened her jacket and stepped forward. She kept her face calm, even a little confused. I'm Captain Reyna Solis of Earth's Frontier Service. We... We don't understand. Who are you to make these demands? We're just miners and explorers. We don't mean harm. The figure tilted its head. You misunderstand your place, Captain. We do not offer negotiations. We offer one thing. Survival. Compliance is peace. Refusal is deletion. Reyna frowned. Slightly. Just enough to look unsure. Need time to contact Earth, please. Our leaders, you have 2 planetary rotations, the voice cut in. Then we take what you will not offer. The projection vanished. The bridge lights returned. Everyone was still. Caro broke the silence. 2 days, then they attack? Reyna nodded once. Unless we act first. Caro looked unsure. Captain... This isn't like the simulations. That ship, whatever it is, it's beyond anything we've ever faced. Reyna turned to him slowly. Exactly. And that's what they think too. She walked toward the sealed chamber at the back of the bridge and pressed her palm to the scanner. The doors hissed open, revealing the ship's true core. Inside, a low hum filled the air. Panels pulsed with soft blue light, sleek curved systems. Not from any public human tech. This wasn't a patrol frigate. This was a Trojan-class infiltration destroyer. Its outer hull made it look like a civilian escort ship. Inside, it housed quantum pulse projectors, stealth drives, and something called a phase mirror array defense system that bent reality around the ship. She activated the deep system. AI core online, said a soft voice. Welcome. Commander Solas. Status. All Ghost Armada units within jump range. Ready for silent code? No detection. Prep stealth launch, Reyna said. Mark a direct uplink to Earth Command. Let them know we're going forward. She stepped back out into the bridge. Caro stared at her like he'd just met someone. Else your ghost fleet? Reyna gave a faint smile. Always had been. His jaw tensed. So we've been bait this whole time. No, she said gently. We're the blade they never see coming. The next hour passed in. Silence. On the screens, the Veil ship just drifted watching, waiting. The colony below kept working, unaware of what floated above them. Miners dug, engineers tinkered. Children played in the dome gardens. Reyna sent out coded messages disguised as routine transmissions. She rerouted power flows to activate defense systems buried inside the moon's crusts, systems no one but the Ghost Fleet knew existed. Then she waited. At exactly 0600 the next day, a flash tore through space. A second ship arrived. Larger than the first, sharper, angrier. It didn't speak. It powered up weapons. "They're done talking," Caro said quietly. Reyna stood. "Good," she said. "So are we." She pressed a button on her arm console. Instantly, the Vigilance false hull shimmered and dropped, revealing a sleek black shape beneath. Panels slid back, weapons hummed online. Patrol frigate was gone. Now, it was a predator. A dozen more ships appeared across the system. Stealth drives dropped. Quantum engines pulsed. They had been there the whole time. And none of them looked primitive. Reyna's voice echoed across the bridge, low and cold. "Let's show them what we've been hiding." Above Aster Prime, the war began. The first shot came without warning. A beam of violet light, sharp and fast, ripped through space and sliced toward the colony. It didn't hit. It didn't need to. It passed close enough to send a message. "We're done waiting." "Captain." Reyna Solas watched the energy trail fade and gave the order. "Activate the mirror grid." Across the sky, tiny flashes blinked into place, satellite-sized drones. Invisible until now, forming a glowing net above Aster Prime. The next beam hit dead center and bounced. Not back at the Veil ship, but upward, toward empty space. Warning shot, redirected. "Grid's holding," Ensign Caro said, eyes wide. "They don't understand what just happened." "They will," Reyna muttered. The Veil's second ship began to move, slow and smooth, like it had all the time in the world. But Reyna knew the type predators didn't rush. They circled, watched, struck when they thought their prey was tired. But this prey had claws. One by one, the Ghost Armada began to reveal itself. Ships unmasked themselves from cloaking fields. Some were shaped like arrows, others like wings, and a few looked like floating blades of obsidian. All black, all silent. They didn't shine. They absorbed light. Reyna walked to the center of the bridge, open private channel, sent to all Veil ships. Caro hesitated. "That's going to make this official." "It already is." A soft ping. Channel open. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. "This is Captain Reyna Solas of Earth. You have threatened our people, tested our strength, and assumed weakness. You see the truth. You are outnumbered, outmatched, and surrounded." No response. Then the first Veil ship vanished. Blinked, Caro said. "Gone from normal space." Reyna said. "It slipped behind the Veil. That's their version of stealth." She tapped a command. The ship's lights dimmed. Vigilance switched to phase layer scan mode. Stars outside blurred slightly. Then they saw it. The enemy ship wasn't gone. It had just moved. Closer. A sudden burst of energy appeared above the colony. Enemy had fired again, this time at the shield generators underground. But the ground pulsed blue, and the shot scattered. "They don't know about the shield routes," Caro said. "We built them into the crust. They don't know a lot of things." Reyna's ship turned with surgical precision. On her command, the Vigilance weapon bays opened. The forward array glowed a deep, silent red. "Target their emitter." "Arrays," Reyna ordered. "Don't destroy. Cripple." Kato locked on. "Ready. Fire." The pulse shot forward, silent and fast. It wasn't bright, wasn't loud, but it was perfect. The beam sliced through the Veil ship's right flank, passed through its shielding like smoke, and left no visible wound. But a moment later, sparks burst from the alien hull. The ship flickered, half visible, half fading, its engines dimmed. "We hit their distortion field," Caro said. "They can't cloak now." The second Veil ship started spinning, trying to get a lock. Another human ship decloaked behind it, the Night Saber, without waiting for orders. It fired twin lances of phase light directly into the alien ship's core. This time, the hit was brutal. The Veil ship shuddered and went dark. Not destroyed, but powerless. Reyna exhaled. 2 down. How many more are out there? Caro's voice dropped. "I'm picking up 3 more Veil signatures. They're entering orbit now." Outside, more shadows appeared in the sky. Sleek, sharp, Terrifying. This was just the scouting team, Reyna said. Now the hunters are coming. Caro looked at her. Should we retreat? Regroup with the armada? She shook her head. No, we hold this line. Earth trusted us to be the bait, the blade, and the shield. Caro hesitated. If we stay, we might not make it. Reyna looked at the stars. Her voice was steady. Then we make it count. Suddenly, a new light filled the sky, golden, shimmering, impossible. A shape appeared above the battlefield. It wasn't human. It wasn't Veil. It didn't even have mass. It looked like a star folding inward. Caro gasped. Captain, what is that? The consoles lit up with strange signals. The ship's AI buzzed, confused. Unknown entity detected. It said, technology level, unclassified. Reyna's pulse quickened. It's not one of ours, she whispered. And it's not theirs either. For the first time, she felt it not fear, but awe. Something else had entered the game. It was watching them all. The golden light above Aster Prime didn't blink. It pulsed slow and steady like a heartbeat across space. No weapons fired, no message came. It's just that glowing shape, shifting gently in the sky, almost peaceful. But every sensor on the Vigilance screamed, Captain, said Ensign Caro, voice sharp. Our systems are glitching. It's not attacking, but it's messing with... ... everything. Shield frequencies are fluctuating, said another officer. Drive stability dropping by 12%. Core says it's receiving input from unknown protocols. Reyna stood still. She'd seen Veiltech disrupt human systems, but this was different. The golden entity wasn't trying to disable them. It was touching their systems, like it was. Feeling them, testing Caro, she said, turn off all non-essential systems. Don't resist it, just observe. He stared at her, hesitated, then nodded. Across the bridge, lights dimmed, leaving only soft, ambient glow. The hum of the ship faded. It was quiet. They waited, and a sound came through the speakers, low and layered. A voice. But not in any known language, yet somehow everyone understood. Observer has arrived. Continue. That was all. Then the golden shape moved, not toward the humans, but toward the Veil ships. It passed through them like mist. And wherever it touched, the alien vessels stopped. Lights dimmed. Weapons powered down, not damaged paused. Like a parent putting toys away. The Veil fleet went silent. Frozen, Caro whispered. No heat signatures. No energy spikes. They single off. The Vigilance AI chimed in. New energy pattern detected. Origin unknown. Source appears non-hostile. Message embedded in quantum fabric. Reyna raised an eyebrow. What message? A soft tone filled the bridge. Then words, plain and clear, appeared on every screen. We have seen the blade. Now we wish to see the hand. Reyna's heart skipped. They want to talk, she said. To us? Caro asked. To someone, she said. And we're the ones who showed the sword. Across the system, the Ghost Armada stopped moving. Earth's command was already watching. Other captains were waiting for orders, but Reyna didn't need to ask. She pressed the transmission control and spoke. This is Captain Reyna Solas of Earth. We hear you. There was silence. Then, for the first time, the golden shape responded. Not with words, but with form. It shifted, folded, and suddenly it wasn't a shape. It was a ship, towering, massive, but with no clear hull, no engines, no windows, just light and movement. It hovered silently, casting a soft glow over Aster Prime. Caro leaned forward. It's beautiful. The ship began transmitting again. This time Reyna didn't hear a voice. She saw memories. Her screen flickered and filled with images, not human ones, not even Veil. She saw stars being born in reverse, planets unforming, civilizations building towers that stretched through time itself. Then, at the center of it all, she saw a gate, giant, silent, floating. In a black ocean of stars, It pulsed once and vanished. The message ended. Reyna sat back. "They're showing us their past," she said slowly. "Or their purpose." Caro was quiet, Captain. "I think they built the Veil's technology, or at least something like it." "They built more than that," she replied. "They built the game. And now they're checking who's worthy to keep playing." Suddenly, the Vigilance console pinged again. This time it was a standard signal one they hadn't expected. "New contact," said Caro. "Earth Command just authorized full code release." Reyna stared at him. "They're activating the phase core," he said. She nodded once. "So they're ready." The golden ship didn't stop them. It just hovered, like it was waiting to see what humanity would do next. So Reyna showed them. She activated the phase core hidden deep inside Aster Prime. A hum grew beneath their feet. On the surface of the moon, old mining towers opened like flowers. Antennae unfolded. Plates spun. This wasn't a colony anymore. It was a beacon. Then it spoke. A signal, straight from Earth's deepest vaults, pulsed outward. Pure, clean, and unmistakable. Not a threat. Not a demand. Just one message. "We are ready." And the golden ship pulsed once in reply. Reyna looked at the sky. She didn't know if the golden beings were gods, builders, or something else. Entirely. But now they knew who humanity really was. Not just fighters, not just survivors, builders, dreamers, and very, very patient. The test wasn't over. It was just beginning. The sky over Aster Prime turned silver. Not a color made of light, but something deeper like the stars themselves had shifted. Captain Reyna Sola stood on the Vigilance Bridge, staring at the strange glow spreading through space. The golden ship was still above them, watching, silent, calm. But now, something else was happening. The Veil ships, once frozen by the visitors' presence, began to flicker. Slowly, they came back online, reactivating systems, powering up weapons. Their movements were shaky, disorganized. The silence was gone. "Captain." Ensign Caro said, eyes wide, "They're recovering. The Veil ships are waking up." Reyna nodded. "They've realized we're not the only ones being judged." The bridge shimmered with quiet light from the silver sky. The entire system felt like it was holding its breath. Then the Veil fleet moved, not toward the humans, toward the golden ship. One of the Veil destroyers charged weapons. It aimed high. Caro blinked. "Are they crazy?" "They're afraid," Reyna said. "Duh. And afraid people make mistakes." The destroyer fired. A beam. A violet energy burst upward, twisting as it moved. It hit the golden ship's edge and disappeared. No sound. No flare. Just ... nothing. Like the attack had never existed. Then the golden ship responded. It didn't fire back. Didn't even move. It simply changed. 1 second it was a ship. The next it unfolded into something bigger. Not in size, but in presence. It spread like light reflecting through a prism, breaking space into curves and shifting colors. The stars around it bent slightly. Time felt slower, and every Veil ship stopped. "They're sending a signal," Caro whispered. Straight into their minds. Reyna felt it too. Not words, not pictures. Just a feeling. Regret. Warning. Choice. Then the golden ship dimmed. Back to its first shape. It had made its point. The Veil didn't move again. They stayed silent. Reyna turned to her crew. "How we act?" She activated the Vigilance full com. System spoke, her voice echoing through the fleet. "To all Veil commanders, stand down. You've seen what we've seen. You know what's at stake. You can fight us, but you won't win. Not today. Not against them." The golden ship pulsed once, soft and slow. It's almost like approval. "This doesn't have to be the end of your empire," she continued. "It can be the beginning of something better. Choose wisely." She ended the transmission. For a moment, nothing happened. Then one Veil ship powered down, its lights dimmed. Its weapons folded into its hull. Another followed. Then a third. "They're standing down," Caro said, stunned. It's working. Reyna didn't smile. Not yet. Patch me through to Earth Command. Caro opened the channel. A moment later, a calm voice responded. Command here, situation. Reyna kept her voice steady. Veil fleets neutralized. Unknown observer still present. Golden ship appears to be testing all parties. We showed restraint, offered peace. They responded with silence and ... light. Understood, came the reply. Stand by. Phase fleet incoming. Seconds later, streaks of soft blue light filled the stars. Dozens of human ships blinked into view, larger than any seen before. Smooth hulls, silent engines, black like deep water. This was the Phase fleet. Humanity's most advanced line of defense, till now, just a rumor. They moved without sound, surrounding Aster Prime, forming a calm perimeter around the golden ship. Reyna watched it all, her heart steady. Then the golden ship finally spoke again. Only 2 words. Phase accepted. Reyna's console lit up. A stream of data flowed through the ship's systems. No encryption, no tricks, just knowledge. Maps, star charts, gate codes, energy patterns, designs. All of it ancient, all of it powerful. Captain Caro said, staring at the screen, this ... This is void gate architecture, actual control patterns. We could build them ourselves now, not just build them, Reyna whispered. Understand them. Veil ships received the same data. So did Earth. So did every allied colony in range. It was a gift. But not just for humans. It was for everyone. A final message followed. Simple. Now build what comes next. Together. And with that, the golden ship began to fade. Not leaving, just slipping away, like it had never been there. But the sky still shimmered, and everyone knew what had changed. Reyna leaned back in her chair. Caro turned to her. What now?
Ice.
She smiled at last. Now, she said, we get to work. Asterisk, the shimmer in the sky faded slowly, like the last spark of a dream before waking. The golden ship was gone. No flash, no jump, no trail, just gone. Captain Reyna Sola stared at the empty space it left behind, half expecting it to return, but it didn't. Not yet. Behind her, the Vigilance bridge buzzed with quiet motion. Her crew worked in silence, reading the flood of data left behind. It was more than technology. It was history, secrets, answers to questions humanity hadn't even known to ask. Ensign Caro's voice broke the silence. Captain... It's not just void gate information. It's more, it's everything. Reyna raised an eyebrow. Define everything, Caro swallowed. Star patterns, old signals, power flow, codes, whole languages, stuff written in quantum math. Some of it, ... looks like a message to the future. She leaned over his console, watching numbers and shapes scroll by. Her fingers tightened on the edge of the table as Earth Command. Confirmed the transfer, she asked. Confirmed across all Phase fleet ships. Even the Veil got it. Same files, no difference. So it wasn't just a human gift. It was for everyone. A beep sounded. A message. Priority level 1. From Earth's Command, Caro said. He pressed a key in the voice of Admiral Tess Rowan. Came through, calm and sharp. All vessels, this is Command. The architect data is verified. Global scientists and AI networks confirm it's valid. Every major colony and ally has received it. This is the turning point. Phase Directive 1 is now active. Welcome to the cooperative age. The message ended. Caro leaned back in his chair, stunned. We're really doing it. Not just winning. Changing everything. Reyna didn't answer. She stood, walked to the window, and stared out into the stars. Winning a war is easy compared to building peace, she said quietly. But yeah, ... we're doing it. Then the alert sounded. Red lights flashed. Caro's console lit up with a new signal, an unknown one. Contact. Multiple ships incoming. Not Veil. Not ours. Reyna's stomach dropped. From where? From outside the gate, he said. Beyond mapped space. We don't even have star charts out there. He paused, looking pale. It's not a fleet. It's one ship, but ... It's big. It's bigger than the golden one, and it's moving fast. Every screen on the Vigilant showed the same thing, something approaching from deep space. Smooth, silent. The sensors could barely read it. Reyna tapped the COM panel. All phase fleet vessels. Prepare for defensive formation. No weapons lock. Observe only. Await orders. She looked at Caro. Let's not jump to conclusions. He nodded, fingers trembling over the controls. Understood. The new ship arrived fast. It's fast. But it didn't crash. It simply appeared, slowing in a perfect arc toward the system's edge. It didn't shine. It didn't glow. It just was. A black shape with no surface, no lights. It looked like a hole in the stars. Then it sent a message. No language, just one symbol, a circle, broken down the middle. Caro frowned. I've seen that before, in the architect files, hidden deep. It was marked obsolete entity. Reyna's jaw clenched. So it's old. Very old, he said. Like, before the architect stuff. The black ship drifted closer. Still silent, still watching. Reyna opened a wideband channel. This is Captain Solus of Earth. You are entering protected cooperative space. Identify yourself. There was no reply. Then the Veil ships began to power back up. Caro shouted, They're arming weapons. Hold position, Reyna snapped. But the Veil didn't listen. One of their smaller ships launched forward, breaking formation, heading straight for the black shape. Idiots, Reyna muttered. The Veil ship fired a plasma burst, just a warning shot. The black ship didn't move. Then something strange happened. Plasma bolt curved, not bounce curved, like the space around the black ship bent. The shot vanished without touching it. And the Veil ship, it stopped, hung in space, then blinked out of existence. Gone. Not destroyed. Not exploded. Just ... erased. Caro whispered, Captain ... What did we wake up? Reyna stared at the black shape. Cold feeling spread through her chest. Something older than war, she said. Something the architects buried. The new ship sent another signal. A second symbol. 2 circles. It's both broken. But this time, the meaning was clear. Reset. Reyna looked at her crew. We need to call everyone, she said. All allies. It's all colonies. This isn't just about survival anymore. Caro looked at her. What is it about? She answered without hesitation. Proof of whether we were ever worthy at all. The black ship hovered at the edge of the system, unmoving, unblinking, as if time didn't touch it. The stars around it looked dimmer now, like the ship was pulling the light into itself. On the Vigilance bridge, Captain Reyna Solus stood. Tall, calm outside, torn inside. All systems steady, said Ensign Caro, but every scan fails. It's like the ship isn't even made of matter. Reyna kept her eyes on the screen. The architects tested us with knowledge. This thing tests something deeper. What do we do? Caro asked. She didn't answer right away. The room was quiet except for the soft hum of machinery and the distant pulse of warning lights. The black ship hadn't moved, but the message it sent still echoed in every display. Reset, not a threat, not a demand, a warning. The Veil ships, shaken after watching one of their own vanish, had powered down again. No one moved now. No one dared. Even the golden ship, powerful and ancient, had shown mercy. This one felt different. Cold. Final. Send a message, Reyna said at last. Caro blinked. To who? Everyone. Human ships. Veil fleet. Any other races listening? Open broadcast. He nodded. Channel open. She stepped to the center of the bridge and spoke. This is Captain Reyna Solus of Earth. The time for fear is over. The time for old enemies and old empires is over. What stands before us is bigger than war or peace. It's a mirror. It's asking what we are, what we deserve. She paused. We have 2 choices. Run, hide, turn on each other. Or stand together and face it as one. She nodded to Caro. Send it. The message pulsed out into space. Then they waited. No reply. The black ship didn't move. Then the screens changed. All at once. One by one, images appeared of different ships powering up, not for war, but for unity. Human veil. Others Reyna didn't recognize. They weren't preparing to fight. They were forming a wall. A circle around the black ship. Not to attack, to face it. On the far side of the system, Earth Command sent a final order. Cooperative stand confirmed. Phase beacon active. From Aster Prime, a new signal began to pulse, a beacon, built from architect knowledge, broadcasting a simple message. We choose unity, not control, not conquest. We are many, but we are one. And that was when the black ship finally moved. Not with speed, with purpose. It rotated slightly, revealing its true form. Not a weapon, a gate, a structure, a doorway made of shadow and folded space. Single word appeared on every screen. Understood. The ship pulsed once, then began to unravel. Shape bent inward, folding like paper in the wind, vanishing into itself. Where it once was, a hole remained. Not an explosion, not emptiness, an opening. Stars could be seen through it, but not familiar ones. A different region of space, different part of the galaxy, maybe even a different galaxy altogether. The Vigilance AI spoke. New star chart forming, estimated destination, untraveled sector, no record exists. Karo stared in awe. They didn't come to erase us, they came to invite us. Reyna nodded. Her voice was soft. This was the last test, not about power, not about winning. It was about who we'd be when we had the chance to rule. On the main screen, ships began to move toward the new gate. Not just humans, not just Veil, all of them, side by side. Equal speed, equal rights. The first ships crossed the threshold and vanished into the unknown. Sero turned to Reyna. Do we go? She smiled. We spent a century preparing for war. Then we spent a moment choosing peace. Now we begin something else. She looked to her crew. All stations plot a course. Full fleet alignment. We move as one. The engines hummed to life. The stars ahead shimmered with possibility. As the Vigilant approached the gate, Reyna took one last look behind. Aster Prime, Earth, the Veil ships, and the stars they knew were growing smaller. Ahead, everything new, everything unknown, but they were ready. The Vigilant crossed the gate, and humanity, along with its former enemies, its allies, and its watchers, took its first step into a new age. An age not of fear, but of becoming something more, together.